today we're diving into something pretty fascinating. It's a collection of insights, really, all centered around what's been called a magical key for success and fulfillment. Our main source here is a transcript from a YouTube video, and it outlines this specific listening ritual. The idea is that it can bring about a really significant transformation.
Right.
So our mission today is basically to pull out the core ideas, the surprising bits and the practical things you can actually use, really help you grasp what might unlock your own potential.
And what's really striking, I think, from the get-go is how this material frames success. It's not just, getting something.
Right, not just the outcome.
Exactly. It's more of an internal journey, deeply rooted in, our inner state and our daily habits, our practices.
Okay.
It offers this very particular view on human potential, suggesting that, goodness and excellence are already inside us, but in a potential form.
Like latent potential.
Yeah, the analogy uses fire is in the wood, but it needs to be rubbed rightly to actually emerge, to become visible.
Okay, I like that. Fire in the wood.
And this is presented as a kind of creative challenge for leaders, for parents, really for anyone aiming to bring out this fire of understanding in everyday life, turning dreams into actual destinations.
That's a really powerful frame.
Yeah.
So, okay, if that potential is there, where does this material say we tend to go wrong? Why aren't we all, realizing it?
Well, it jumps right into that. It talks about basic errors people make, things that apparently derail our lives.
Derail. Strong word.
It is. And one big one is this tendency we have to believe the present is unhappy and, happiness is somewhere off in the future, tied to achieving some goal.
The I'll be happy when trick.
Precisely. The wisdom here is flipped. Goals should be achieved out of happiness, not for happiness.
Out of happiness.
Okay.
That's different.
And this is where it gets really interesting because it links this mindset to a breakdown in, creative thinking. The source actually quotes the WHO, claiming 3 out of 10 people are in some form of mental disorder.
Wow.
And it suggests the core issue behind this is that human beings don't think creatively. It even gives this breakdown. Kind of stark, actually.
Oh.
It says, some of us think, many of us think we think, and most of us never think of thinking.
Oof, that's blunt.
It is. And the warning is, if this lack of creative thought isn't addressed, it becomes a disaster. But if you do address it, it can build momentum and lead to a breakthrough.
So the way we think or fail to think creatively has huge consequences.
That seems to be the argument, and it ties into another major point the source makes. The biggest problem might be that we take life for granted.
Take life for granted. How does that connect?
It suggests this leads to a kind of inner laziness, an absence of agility, mobility, stability, and creativity. Basically, we sabotage ourselves by not appreciating what we have.
Can you give an example from the source?
Yeah, a really vivid one is our own bodies. It says, you have eyes, ears, kidney, liver, respiratory system. It's a wow.
True. It's incredible machinery.
Right. And it makes the point, you are a millionaire if you sell each part of the organ. But we take this for granted, and being millionaire, we feel we are failures.
That hits home. We have this incredible wealth in just being alive and healthy, but we overlook it.
Exactly. It's a superficial way of looking at life, the source says, and that leads to superficial understanding. But looking deeply leads to learning, to growth.
And where does listening fit into this deeper look?
Well, that's crucial. Integral to this deeper understanding is our listening. The source claims our listening is often deleted or distorted.
Deleted or distorted? How?
Because the mind is constantly ruminating, that inner chatter. It means we miss factual listening. We don't hear what's actually being said objectively.
That makes so much sense. It's not just the words coming in, but how our busy minds filter or even block them.
Precisely. Our inner state messes with the input.
And I guess this passive, distorted listening affects how we approach our goals, too. Like, we don't truly hear what's needed.
Absolutely. The source ties this directly to our aspirations. It brings up a study by Earl Nightingale.
The motivational speaker.
That's the one.
Right.
In the USA, described as the richest country in the world, the study looked at people at age 25.
Okay.
Apparently, everybody in America wanted to be rich, rich, rich. Big ambitions.
Sounds about right for 25.
Yeah. But then they looked again at age 60, and hardly 1 to 5% became rich.
Only 1 to 5%. Wow, that's a huge drop-off. Why?
The core problem identified was twofold. People don't have a clear goal, And maybe more importantly, they don't know how to navigate their mind dexterously with acumen, with sagacity to reach the goal.
Navigate their mind dexterously.
Skillfully.
Yes, it uses a great analogy, a plane. Apparently, 90% of the time, a plane is actually off course.
Really? 90%?
But crucially, it has a feedback mechanism. It constantly corrects itself to reach the destination.
I see the comparison. Yeah. We humans, we also go off course and get lost with the distractions, but unlike the plane, we don't know how to focus on our goal and get back. We lack that internal guidance system or don't use it.
We get derailed by distractions and just stay derailed.
Seems to be the idea, which leads the source to sort of redefine success altogether.
Okay, how does it define success then, if it's not just reaching the goal?
Well, it says success isn't simply getting what you like. That's part of it. But it's also going after a meaningful goal which inspires you.
Meaningful and inspiring.
Okay.
And here's a key distinction. Some people achieve that conventional success. They get what they thought they wanted, but they're still unhappy.
Why?
Because they don't know how to like what they have got. The source calls that part satisfaction.
So true fulfillment needs both. Getting what you like and liking what you get. Success and satisfaction.
Exactly, getting and liking. And it warns about the danger of conformity.
Conforming. Yeah, where people just follow blindly and lead unwisely. This, it suggests, is why maybe only 5% succeed. Because the majority operate under the false belief that our circumstances control our life.
Instead of believing they have agency.
Right. Many people, it says, just go to work for just survival, not for creation or meaning.
So is there an alternative to this competitive, circumstance-driven view?
Yes. Success is also described as the ability to flow with life and not compete with life. It advocates for creation instead of competition, calling creation an art.
Flowing, creating, not competing. That's a different energy. So we've talked about the problems, the mindset issues, the definition of success. What about this magical, mystical key the source mentions? What is it?
Well, the central idea is incredibly powerful and actually quite ancient. It's simply, we become what we think of.
We become what we think of. Okay, I've heard variations of that.
Right. It cites the Veda, the ancient Indian texts, saying, Yatha drishti tatha swishti.
Which mean?
Roughly, as your vision, so is your creation. Or simply, a man is what he thinks. Our thoughts shape our reality.
So the key is managing our thoughts.
Essentially, yes, but it goes deeper into a structure. It says, our action should be backed by a powerful mind, our mind should be backed by a powerful belief, and a power belief should be backed by a powerful value.
Action, mind, belief, value.
And a value should be backed by a powerful coach. So there's a whole chain reaction, starting from values and beliefs, influencing the mind, driving action, and having guidance helps.
A coach or some kind of mentor figure.
Presumably. And it uses another Earl Nightingale analogy here, comparing the mind to land, to soil.
Okay.
The land doesn't care what you plant. You plant a mango seed, you get mangoes. Plant bitter gourd, you get bitter gourd. Plant poison.
You get poison. The land just grows what's sown.
Exactly. Mind works in the same way. Plant success seeds, you get success. Plant failure, you get failure.
The implication being we need to be very careful about what seeds, what thoughts we're planting.
Absolutely. We must control our thoughts or else we land in gutter. Pretty stark warning again.
Yeah, no ambiguity there.
And crucially, it adds, to know and not to act on what you know is equal to you do not know.
So understanding isn't enough. You have to do something with it. Knowledge without action is useless.
Precisely. Which brings us to the practical side, what you, the listener, can actually do.
Right. The actionable stuff.
The source gives a specific project. It says, write a goal card.
A goal card? Okay, simple enough. What goes on it?
Your aspiration goals, the big dreams, and also your immediate goals, the things you're working on right now.
Long-term and short-term. Got it.
And the instruction is to romance with it.
Romance with it. What does that mean?
Engage with it emotionally, frequently, early morning, before sleep, and even in between. Really feel it.
Okay, keep it top of mind and connect emotionally. What else?
This is interesting. On the back of the card, you write down your fears or threats.
The obstacles.
Yeah, and then strike it off.
Physically cross them out.
Yes. The idea is to teach your brain to recognize the threat and strike it off. To build a confident seeing. A mindset that acknowledges challenges but isn't stopped by them.
I like that. Acknowledge and overcome, visually.
And beyond the goal card, there's a whole series of reflections or rambles, as the source calls them. Things to really mull over.
Like affirmations or guiding principles?
Sort of, yeah. Things like, Believe if one door closes, the other door opens. Standard, but powerful if internalized.
Okay.
Or train your brain, see an opportunity in difficulty and not a difficulty in opportunity. Shifting perspective.
Seeing the opportunity within the problem. Yes.
Another one. Time is limited. Money is limitless. That's provocative.
Time is the real finite resource. Money can be generated. Changes the focus.
Exactly. And you are the average of 5 people you spend time with. Choose your company wisely. Attributed to Buddha, apparently.
The importance of your environment and social circle. Classic advice.
Then there's the power of rituals, and the prayer is to create the future in the present, bringing the desired future state into your current reality through practice.
Creating it now, mentally and spiritually.
Also, the conviction that my capabilities are beyond limitation, echoing people like Bruce Lee, an expansive view of self.
Breaking perceived limits.
The idea that problems are inevitable, suffering is optional.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yes. Reacting versus choosing your response.
Then act as you want to be. Embody the desired state now as an act of confidence.
Fake it till you make it, but maybe more deeply. Act as if.
Something like that. Also, the need to activate, strengthen, magnify, sustain, and align your efforts. A whole process.
Active, ongoing effort.
And the mindset of a spiritual warrior. Know how to defend when problems attack and attack the problem proactively when it appears.
Defensive and offensive strategy for life's challenges.
And finally, a more mystical one. Learn the art of seeing the form in the formless and the formless in the form. Seeing potential before it manifests, and the underlying structure in what exists.
Wow. That's a lot to contemplate. These rambles are pretty deep.
They really are. They cover mindset, belief, action, perspective.
In all this, the goal card, the rambles, it builds towards the core practice, right? The listening ritual itself.
Exactly. That seems to be the absolute heart of it. The speaker in the source material repeatedly urges listeners, engage with this specific audio.
The audio from the YouTube video, presumably.
Yes. Engage with it for 4 weeks, every day, and not passively. With passion, with agility, with a deep sense of alertness.
4 weeks, daily, with focus. What's the promised outcome?
It's quite bold. The promise is your brain will start changing on the psycho-cybernetic principle.
Psycho-cybernetics.
Yeah.
That's about the mind as a self-regulating mechanism, right? Like a thermostat for achieving goals.
That's the concept, yes. Your mind gets reprogrammed, essentially, will start operating differently, assuring a great leap in transformation.
A great leap. So this daily focused listening is the key mechanism for change.
That's presented as the essential practice to get you into that 1 to 5% who succeed. To be in the winner domain, not the majority low losers domain, as the source puts it rather bluntly.
Winner domain versus loser domain. Strong categories.
Very. And it even connects us back to the Veda, noting the Veda is called Shruti.
Shruti.
Which is Sanskrit for that which is heard, highlighting the ancient importance of listening, of oral tradition in absorbing wisdom.
So the ritual itself embodies an ancient principle. Listening as the path to transformation.
That seems to be the implication. And what's really driving home is the need for consistency.
Discipline.
Yeah, that 4 weeks every day commitment.
Right. The magical key isn't just knowing this stuff. It's not a one-time download. It's this whole framework that requires daily practice, mental training, active engagement.
And the source is confident this works.
It assures listeners that this commitment, this daily ritual, will lead to a drastic and dramatic change in their lives. Drastic and dramatic. Well, that's quite a promise. It definitely challenges the idea that success is just about external hustle. It grounds it much more internally.
It really does. In mindset, in belief, in consistent mental practice.
The whole idea that you can intentionally train your brain, moving from being passive or reactive to being powerfully creative, redefining success for yourself. That's incredibly empowering, isn't it?
It is. It's a call, really, to move beyond just getting by, just survival, to actually, as it says, flow and create.
Flow and create. I like that framing. So here's a thought to leave our listeners with, building on all this.
Okay.
If this source is right, and a simple, consistent, personal listening ritual combined with mastering your thoughts can unlock such profound individual transformation, what might happen if, say, entire communities or maybe even organizations adopted some kind of similar intentional ritual, a collective practice focused on shared goals and well-being? What could that unlock?